Hey guys, I'm Rohit Khurana, your host on Intellect Digest, and this is our review of the Huawei Ascend G6. In this comprehensive review, I'm going to talk about the design, form factor, features, software, hardware, build quality, gaming performance, display performance, sound quality, and all that you need to know about this phone before you make a purchase decision. Before I start my review, I'll talk about the price of this phone. It has been priced at around $200 or 13,000 rupees in India. And at that price, it is a fairly sleek and smart looking offering and comes with a QHD display of 560 by 940 display resolution. Let me start my review with the design of the phone. So in terms of design, it looks pretty premium. It uses metal all along these three sides and the bottom is rounded. As you can see, we have seen this design in the other Ascend phones from Huawei, and it feels really nice and it is fairly compact. And there are power or wake up key on the right hand side, followed by the volume rocker. On top you get standard charging port, and on the bottom you get a microphone hole indent which is inside the bezel. The bottom is fairly clean with a small indent to take out the back cover. The back cover is removable, but the battery is not. On the rear you get an 8 megapixel backside illuminated camera sensor which comes with an LED flash. You also get secondary mic hole for noise cancellation, Huawei branding, and there is a speaker mesh down here. The 3.5mm audio port is on the left hand side at the bottom, which is fairly interesting, and the 3.5mm audio port which comes with the supplied earphones is at a 90-degree angle, which is fairly interesting. So if you keep it in pocket upside down, you can keep it like this, or if you have the bottom towards the lower side of your pocket, you can keep it like this. This is fairly interesting design. I have not seen it in other phones, and I think this is a very clever and interesting design. So coming back to design, let me take off the back flap and show you what lies beneath. One thing I would say is that the back flap feels a bit clumsy. It does not feel very strong, but at the same time it's fairly flexible and does not feel like it will break easily. Under the back shell you get a standard micro SIM card slot, so this can be locked by sliding it upwards, and you also have expandable memory for the phone, so you get a micro SD card slot which is right here. One of the most important features of a smartphone is the display quality. The Huawei Ascend seems to have a nice and well sorted display. The display brightness, color balance, contrast, and the overall visual appeal of the display is fairly good. Let me give you a quick gameplay demo just to give you an idea of how sharp the display is and how responsive the display is when it comes to gaming. It will also give you an idea of the color levels that it gives you while you are gaming on this phone. We are playing the Frontline Commando 2, and I have turned the volume to maximum just to give you an idea of how loud it is. The graphics here are rendering very smooth. I don't see any problem. There's a slight lag, but the display is good. Graphics rendering is smooth. And it's fairly loud as well. You can hear that. The display contrast levels are pretty sharp. The gameplay is pretty smooth and very immersive on the Huawei Ascend G6, so it does pass our display test. Let me also give you a quick playback test on YouTube so you get an idea how the video playback looks like on this phone.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, host on Intellect Digest. I'm going to talk about 20 reasons why you should buy Samsung Galaxy Tab S. Reason number 1 is the Super AMOLED display it offers. It's a beautiful 10.5-inch display. Reason number 2, equally important, is the design in this.
So as you see, the display quality turns out to be good when you are playing videos. There is lower resolution of QHD, and you get high definition phones in this price segment and in this size segment, so it may be slightly lower on comparison to those phones, but the audio is fairly loud, the quality is good, and the design is also very impressive. After we talk about the display quality, after we talk about the design, let me talk about the specs a little. So this phone is powered by a 1.2 GHz quad core CPU from Qualcomm Snapdragon and has 1 GB of RAM. There is only 4 GB of internal memory, so you may want to expand the memory by adding a micro SD card to this phone. Let me quickly show you more specs under the about phone section, and at the same time it runs the Android 4.3 Jelly Bean version, which is again not the best that you can get at this time. You get Android KitKat 4.4 easily, so it is not the top-notch specs that you can get in the price segment, but again the forte here is design. Now let me talk about the sound quality from earphones. We have tested these earphones, and as I've already told you, this design is really good. The quality of earphones provided with this phone is very good. These are metallic meshes which give you good sound quality. Comes with a rubberized seal which seals out the outside noise. It also comes with inline microphone which comes with a button to accept or reject the calls, and the button is inbuilt, so it looks pretty sleek, nice and good build quality. It also comes with standard wall charger, which is again of very good quality. Comes with a long data cable. So in terms of an overall package, it is fairly good. After we talk about specs, let me talk a bit about the user interface here. Huawei uses its own user interface, a flat kind of UI which does not have an app drawer. This UI of Huawei looks very different and will appeal to people who want something simplistic and nothing very complicated. Even from the lock screen, you will see very less options. You can directly unlock to the home screen or open the camera from here. So these are the options that you get. After we talk about the software features, let me give you a quick camera sample to give you an idea of how good the cameras are on this phone. So it gets two cameras. There is an 8 megapixel rear camera which is capable of shooting sharp and crisp pictures. I have tested it and found it to be pretty good. And interestingly enough, the front camera is also fairly capable. It is a 5 megapixel camera which comes with a good wide angle, and it's great for taking selfies as well as doing video conferencing. So to switch to front camera, you just need to tap here and it takes you to front camera and you're ready to take selfies. It's pretty easy, fast. You just touch here and we'll start a timer so that you can get and capture good selfies. Apart from that, the camera user interface settings etc are pretty standard. You can select most of the options here, which includes the modes, high dynamic range or HDR modes. There is sound and shot, panorama, face beauty and other modes that you can click with this camera. So it's fairly good when it comes to taking pictures. A very good camera on a very sleek and stylish phone. So I'll sum up my review about the Huawei Ascend G6 saying that it's a nicely designed phone, comes with a balanced performance, but it does have some downsides. First one being that it does not get a high definition display, and second one is the lower internal memory. Apart from that, this phone performs really well. It does give you a unique and good build. However, the back flap could have been a bit more sturdier. The feeling of the back flap is not that confidence inspiring. The quality of accessories, which includes the earphones and the charger that you get with this phone, are really high, better than the segment, and the design and overall feel of this phone is pretty good. It's not very heavy, it's easy to carry, lightweight. If you're looking for something stylish in this price segment and are ready to look beyond specifications, you can pick up a Huawei Ascend G6. If you want to purchase this phone, it is easily available online. I'll leave some direct links to buy this phone on the screen as well as in the description section below. If you have any queries or questions about this phone, please feel free to drop us a question in the comment section. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up by pressing the like button below. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching.